Hi, I'm Chris. Welcome to Channel X TV. Here today at Landmark Global's Heathrow facility to talk with Harry from Xendo and Paul from Landmark Global. So welcome guys. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Paul? Paul Leach, I'm the Sales Director at Landmark Global UK.
Hiya, I'm Harry, the Sales Manager at Xendo.
So readers of Channel X are going to be pretty familiar with Landmark Global. We've spoken to you guys before, but they may not know so much, Harry, about Xendo. So tell us about Xendo. Who is the company? What do you actually do?
Yeah, so we created Xendo to solve the problems of cross-border taxation. It really is an IOSS application where Shopify users would install the app and create a environment to pay VAT at the point of sale.
So this is complicated. We're already into the tax and the VAT. But before I dig too much into that, how does Xendo sit alongside Landmark Global? What's the relationship here?
So it's a partnership that we've developed over the last few months, and it's kind of a seamless solution. So as you already know, Landmark Global UK today, ships into the EU from many different sellers and retailers from all different parts of the United Kingdom. And we also have companies, retailers in the US and other parts of the world, again, transshipping through and back into the EU using this solution. So we see it as a great fit for that kind of SME market moving forward.
So how does the Xendo solution sit alongside Landmark Global?
Yeah, so we bought, the partnership is brought in to help SMEs get back into Europe. Obviously when Brexit came about and in 2021 and the IOSS scheme came in, a lot of sellers stopped selling into Europe or sold DDU into Europe, creating a negative buying experience.
So DDU?
Yeah, delivered duty unpaid.
Duty unpaid. So, and that's not a great experience for the consumer, because that's when you buy something from overseas, whether it be Europe or America or wherever, and it arrives with a courier, and the courier says, I've got your parcel, here's a bill, give me 50 quid, 100 quid for tax and duties. So tell me about IOSS for Europe. You've already mentioned it, but how does this solve that problem of the consumer getting that horrible experience of seeing their parcel but not being allowed to have it until they cough up some cash?
Yeah, so we wanted to avoid the typical intermediary route being middleman. So we came up with the technology route where sellers are paying at checkout for the VAT, and the IOSS is essentially that. It was brought in to be the digital age, VAT in the digital age, and pay IOSS through a one-stop shop portal.
So this is the merchant on Shopify at checkout collecting the tax and duties, and then how does it get handed over so that when the parcel arrives they don't get charged again?
Yeah, so they will have a setup with their checkout where the consumer will pay for the VAT at the checkout, and in the back end of Shopify it works out the VAT on that order. Our system will take the VAT from Shopify that's worked out, and it will deduct from your virtual environment bank account to pay that VAT instantaneously at the point of sale.
And I believe IOSS is on orders up to €150, is it?
€150, yeah. So typically we say with exchange rates around about £135 is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned big and small sellers. Who is Xendo most applicable for?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to pigeonhole too much, but we're really looking to help those. Our big market is helping those people that completely switched off to Europe because of Brexit and the complexities it brought.
Yeah, and a lot of people did. I mean, in fairness, even the really big guys like Amazon stopped their international selling to Europe for almost a year, to be honest, until Amazon got going again. And shipping stock into FBA from Europe, that was just a nightmare. So you're looking to re-engage those sellers now and make it simple for them. How does sort of Landmark and Xendo together make that happen?
I think from Landmark's perspective, I think when Brexit happened, it's 4 years ago now. I think Landmark, was the forefront of being one of those carriers who was ready for Brexit and offered solutions. But I think with IOSS coming in 2021, it's now given the ability back to retailers to ship. So what we saw pre-Brexit is that a company typically would, a new company or a starter company would sell UK to UK domestic. They would then branch out into Europe because it was easy, borderless free trading, very easy for them. And then obviously then they would expand out into typically the US, because we know the de minimis is $800 there, so it's quite easy to go. When Brexit happened, what we found is that a lot of retailers, especially in the SME market, and I think you'll agree with this, is they switch Europe off. And when that was their second biggest market, we know straight away there's a huge potential there for these SME customers to go back into it. So I think when we look at the solution with Xendo and Landmark and giving the ability to these SME customers to switch Europe back on again, for us, it's just another growth channel for those retailers.
So how easy is it to get set up on Xendo, Harry? And obviously you're on Shopify, you want to sell to Europe, you know about Xendo because you're watching this video. What's the next stage? How do you actually get it set?
Yeah, so to set it up it's a Shopify app, so you install the app, which takes seconds, and then you go through a really quick KYC check with our FCA accredited payment partner, which takes 48 hours. And then once you're approved, you create your virtual bank account, you top up the funds to pay the VAT instantaneously, and then you enable the app for us to collect post-checkout data, and then away you go, you're paying VAT instantaneously.
So Harry, you mentioned that this is on Shopify with a Shopify app, so really easy to install. Will Xendo be available on other platforms?
Absolutely, yeah, we're aiming for Q2, we're working on a native API to be on all other platforms.
Now, it sounds like a great solution, and good to see you guys working together, by the way. But one thing everyone's going to know is, what does it cost? Because I'm guessing you're not doing this as a free service. But what investment is it going to cost me to use your Shopify app?
Yeah, so we charge a onboarding fee, a one-off onboarding fee, and then everything after that is purely transactional. So there's no minimum volume. So if you're new, getting back into Europe, you're not being penalised for a minimum amount of orders, purely pennies transactional, and you can find out further on that pricing.
And to give people an idea, ballpark, what's the onboarding fee? Just so
it's around the 250 mark.
Oh, so it's negligible. It's not something that if I'm a small company I can't afford. It's not going to cost me 20,000 quid or something. It's a couple of hundred quid.
Yeah. And
then just a transactional fee for each transaction moving forward. So that's really good, because that's actually a really attractive price point to get started. So how do people get in touch with you? Should they come to you, Paul, at Landmark? Should they come to you at Xendo? Where do they go to get started?
I think they can come to either or. We have a great partnership. So Landmark and Xendo built this partnership, and ultimately, if a company wants to start working through the solution, then again, we can put them in contact with Xendo. Xendo can put them in contact with Landmark. We've both got great teams with us, with great expertise of shipping into Europe and a lot of experience. So best way is probably to contact them, myself or Harry, and then obviously we can then take the conversation from there.
And I should say that Landmark Global is a great solution for actually getting parcels into Europe. So if you don't have that already, come to Landmark first.
I think Landmark is a great solution, and not many people know them, but obviously Landmark is powered by the bpost group, Belgian Post, and they're a fantastic company. Gives us great efficiencies into a lot of European markets. But obviously as well, we can obviously stretch that reach to the US and to Canada and to Australia and to the Middle East as well. So we can offer every retailer a solution with their needs.
So I think the big message here is, especially for people that stopped shipping into Europe pre-Brexit and haven't re-engaged with European sailing, it can be quite easy, and it's not going to cost thousands in fees to get started again. And for businesses that have never sold to Europe before, it's a piece of cake, because you can get set up and you've got a shipping partner, you've got a tax partner, it's all ready to go. So thanks so much, Harry. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.